What I have for you today is a conversion of unit. Unit is very, very important in engineering and science. So in engineering and science, they make use of unit to express the, um, the physical quantities of an object, which we can also call the dimensions of an object. So this unit is used to express dimensions. So in these physical quantities, we have length, we have mass, we have time, we have temperature, we have volume, and so many of them. And the conversion of it from this unit to the other unit used to be difficult to some students or some other people. So that's why I want to put light on this topic, and I call it conversion of units. So in unit now, we have two main types. One is American engineering system of unit, which you can also call English unit. And the other one is SI unit, which is the international system of unit. And that international system of unit is the most standard one. So it is general to everybody, the SI unit. It is most the popular one we use. But in this place, I will put light to this SI unit and American system unit. So let me now come in this unit now. Length has its own unit, mass has its own unit, temperature has its own unit, time has its own unit. But each one can be related to other. So I will start with the basic ones like length, mass, time, and so on. So for the sake of time, I will use the most popular unit to, to teach you. And if you can learn it, other ones is no problem. So my priority now and what I want now is to let you know all these units and how to convert them. So length, for example, we have in length, we have in length talking about SI unit now. Talking about SI unit, we have SI unit system of SI unit system. That SI unit is a system that use meter for the length. So this SI unit, if you are talking about length, considering SI unit, the standard is meter. So from this meter, we have, from the meter, we can have centimeter. From meter, we represent the meter with M. From this meter, we can have centimeter, which is cm. We can have millimeter, and we can have kilometer. There are other ones, but for the sake of time, I want to use this one. So in this one now, they have relationship. They have a relationship, and the relationship is this: 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. Then relating it to other ones, 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. and 1 kilometer is equals to 1,000 meter. And 1 meter is also equals to 1,000 millimeter. So if you know this, if you know all these things, you can convert from meter, you can convert from meter to millimeter, or from kilometer to meter, or from meter to cm. So in this example now, they may ask you to convert 60, that you should convert 60 cm to meter. Converting 60 cm to meter is very, very simple. So the easiest way to do this is to know the basic ones. Try to know the basic ones which I have given you before. So the basic one now says that you check the relationship between cm and meter, which says that 1 meter is equals to 100 cm. That's the basic one you have to remember, or you can know it offhand. So when you know this thing now, and they ask you to convert this 60 cm to meter. So if you want to convert now, you start by saying this 60 cm, you write it at the side of cm. Side of what? Cm. This is 100 cm. So this 60 cm, they say you should convert to meter. Write it at the side of cm and say equals to what is the 60 cm in meter? You never know. You use any alphabet of your choice to represent it, which is, you say, let it be x. So how do you do it now? You now use cross multiplication. Cross what? Cross multiplication. This side multiply this side, this side multiply this side. For the sake of simplicity, I will not combine the units when I'm multiplying. If you do the same thing, it will just give you simplicity of it. So now I will say, I will start multiplying because I want to convert this 60 cm to meter, which will be this side. But I represented it with x. So I'll now say x times 100, which will be 100x. Cross multiply, remember, equals to 1 times 60, which is 60. So remember, I use x to represent what 60 cm will be in meter. So now, how do I get the value of x now? Making a subject of formula. Making a subject of a formula. So how do I make x subject of formula here? Since it is with 100, I will say divide both sides by 100. Divide both sides by 100, which is 100 cancel 100. What is remaining here is only x. So x now, you now use your calculator and say 60 divided by 100. 60 divided by 100. What will it give you? It will give you 0.6. It is what? 0.6. So the answer is 0.6. So 60 cm, what it will be in meter is 0.6. That's how to convert it. Then let me give you other examples so that I will be sure that you are clarified. Other examples may ask you to convert 12 kilometer to meter. You check the relationship between kilometer and meter, which I have given you before. 1 kilometer is the same thing by 1000 meter. Try to know this. So converting 12 kilometer to meter, you now position this 12 kilometer to the side of kilometer, and you want to convert it to meter. You say equals to, you don't know what it is here yet. You say represented by x. You still do cross multiplication. The same thing, cross multiplication. So that say 1 times x is x equals to 12 times 1000, which is 12,000 meter. That is the answer. Then you can convert millimeter to cm. It's the same thing. You can convert millimeter to cm, which maybe 5 millimeter to cm. Check the relationship between millimeter and the cm. The relationship is 1 cm is equals to 10 millimeter. So now you want to convert this one to cm. So write 5 millimeter to the side of millimeter, so which is 5 millimeter. You don't know what it is in this. You don't know what it is in centimeter. What do? You do cross multiplication. Cross multiplication, and say x times 10, which is 10x, equals to 1 times 5, which is 5. Making a subject of formula, say divide both sides by 10. X cancel x, remaining 10 cancel 10, cancel 10, remaining only x, which is, use your calculator or any means and divide 5 by 10. It will be 0.5 cm, the answer. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Even if they may ask you to convert if they ask you to convert 1 kilometer, if they ask you to convert 1 kilometer to millimeter, 1 kilometer to millimeter. If you don't have any relationship to kilometer, I did not give you any relationship to kilometer to meter, but you can still convert it. You can still convert it by checking the relationship between kilometer and the meter first. So this 1 meter, this 1 kilometer, you first of all convert it to meter first, so that to enable you go for this. So 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. It's simple. It's simple. It's basic. I've given it to you. Do you understand? So now moving ahead to convert to millimeter, this one, I will use this one. I will use this 1000 millimeter to convert it to millimeter. Now I think I've given you 1 meter is equals to 1000 millimeter. I think I gave it to you. Then this 1000 meter, you write it at the side of meter and say what it is here. You don't know. You now do cross multiply, which is 1 times x, 1000 times 1000, which is 1 million. 1 million millimeter. Therefore, 1 kilometer is equals to 1 million millimeter. So that is how it is done. Then in this one, we still have American unit. American engineering unit. In American engineering unit, we have relationship between them, which says 1 foot. Let me use the short form of it. 1 foot is equals to 1 1 foot is equals to 12 inches. One foot is equals to 12 inches. So therefore, it also says 1 yard is equals to 3 feet. We also have 1 yard equals to 36 inch. We also have 1 mile equals to 1,760 yards. We also have another 1 mile equals to 5,280 feet. We also have 1 mile again to be 63,360 inch. These are also relationship between them. It's also a relationship between them. It's also a relationship between them. 1 foot is 12 inches. 1 yard is 3 feet. 1 yard is also 36 inch. 1 mile is 1,760 yards. 1 mile again is also 5,280 feet. And 1 mile again is also 63,360 inch. So knowing all these things, one can ask you to convert from one level to another. You can be asked to convert from one level to another, which is very easy. You may be asked to convert 200 feet to inch. What do? You check the relationship between feet and the inch. The relationship between feet and inch, which I have given to you, is 1 foot is equals to what? 12 inches. 12 inches. So now converting 200 feet to inches, you now take the 200 feet to the side of feet. What it is here, you don't know. You now say cross multiply. Cross what? Multiply. Now say x times 1 times x is x equals to 200 times 12, which you use your calculator or any other means you are using to multiply, and you have that 202 and have 2,400 inch. It's still the same thing with the other one. Just try to know the basic. Try to know the relationship between this and that. That's all. Even self converting 7 inch to yard, converting 7 inch to yard, 7 inches to yard, converting 7 inches to yard. You now check the relationship between inch and the yard. Is there any relationship between each and the yard? Yes, 1 yard is equals to 36 inches. That's the relationship. Now you want to convert 7 inches to yard. You now write this 7 inches at the side of inches. What will it be at the side of yard? You don't know. You do cross multiply. X times 36 is 36x equals to 1 times 7 equals to 7. Making x subject of formula, you say divide both sides by 36, which is 36 cancel 36, remaining only x, which you have that 7 divided by 36. What do you get? You have 0.14 approximately, 0.14 approximately yard. That's how to do it. Just try to know the relationship between anyone. Then it will be easy for you to convert. That's all. Then we will still move to the relationship between inch and there's a relationship between American engineering system and the metric system. Metric system is a combination of the SI unit and co. So which says that 1 meter is the same thing by saying is the same thing to 3.8 feet approximately. Then 1 meter again is equals to 39.37 inches. Then 1 meter again is also equals to 1.094 yards. Then 1 kilometer is equals to 0.621 miles. Then 1 cm is equals to 0.3937 inches. So these are the relationship between American system of a unit and SI unit and co. There are the relationship. If you want to convert 1 meter to feet, this is the relationship. 1 meter is equals to 3.28 feet. If you want to convert 1 meter to inches, it is 1 meter equals to 39.37 inches. If you want to convert 1 meter to yard, it is 1.094 yard. If you want to convert 1 kilometer to mile, it is 0.621 miles. If you want to convert cm to inch, it is 0.3937 inch. So the question may ask you to convert 60 feet to meter. 60 feet to meter. It's still the same thing. What is the relationship between feet and the meter? The relationship is 1 meter is equal to 3.28 feet. And converting this one, you write it at the side of feet, 60 feet. What will it be in meter? You don't know x. You say cross multiply. X times 3.28 will be 3.28x equals to 60 equals to 1 times 60. So 1 times 60 will give you 60. So making a subject of formula, You divide both sides by 3.28, 3.28. 3.28 cancel each other, you have only x, which when you divide this 60 by 3.28, it will give you 18.29 approximately. 18.29 approximately meter. So with others, it's still the same thing. No matter what they say you should convert, you do it in that way. So now let's treat mass. Let's treat mass. So in mass, for the sake of time, you visit my other videos to check the one of mass. So if you find it useful, please subscribe and give it a thumb up. Thanks.